Welcome back to Level Headed Gamer. My name is Joseph, and today I want to do something special. I want to review Hitman 3, but I want to review it level by level. Now, I want to give you a preface right away. I've played every single Hitman game except for Contracts. That's the one I never got my chance to beat and play. But I've beaten every other Hitman game, and I love the series. There's two types of fans, first of all. There's the fans that kind of just play the game and beat the levels, do a couple of stories, and just go through them a couple times. They don't go crazy. That's more the camp I fall into. And then there's the hardcore guys that want to master each level, unlock every challenge, unlock every weapon and costume and everything of the sort. And honestly, I've never been that guy, but I want to tell you up front what kind of perspective you're going to get a review from for Hitman in general. Dubai is a gorgeous level. Right away, you just see Glacier Engine's graphics on display with all the reflective surfaces and reflections from the water. It really looks beautiful. At first, when I heard about Dubai and that it's going to be taking place in a building, I wasn't very thrilled about that because I'm not a big fan. I'm one of those guys, I don't really like enclosed areas in Hitman levels. I like to be able to go outside of the building, inside of the building, and have to find my way to navigate, climbing on the side of the building, whatever it may be. Whereas this is not the case with Dubai. However, when you start playing it and you start doing different kills and then variations, try to figure things out, you realize how big it really is. There's like the main floor. There is a museum. There are crew quarters. There's so much there to see. There's like a part of the building that's being under construction. So visually, there's actually a lot of variety. And it might surprise you actually how big the level is in general. What I did notice though that is a little bit disappointing, and that's going to be prevalent throughout all of the Hitman 3 levels, is that there's not as many stories to follow for each of the kills as there are in previous Hitman 1 and 2. And for those who are not familiar with what the hell I'm talking about, stories are basically you open up a level, you go into intel, and you have a chance to follow a storyline that would lead you to your target so that you can eliminate them. For example, in Dubai, there's one where you find out Stuyvesant is looking for his bodyguard, and you have a chance to dress up as him, take the orders, and have him basically explain what he expects from you, and then you kind of lead him to his death by, shooting him and throwing off the building.
Need to know basis. I am here incognito, so I want you to stay.
You got him, 47. Marcus Stuyvesant won't be a problem anymore.
And they usually have some narrative pieces in there, and you get to find out more about the character or the general level, what's going on, because each level in Hitman is its own ecosystem. And here, there's not as many stories. I think Dubai only has 3 that they mention. Of course, there's more ways to eliminate your targets than that, but I love the narrative-driven side of the stories that kind of give you a little bit more background. And if you go, for example, to Marrakesh, there must be, I think, 6 or 7 different stories that you're able to follow, where throughout Hitman 3, there's not as much. But what I have noticed in Dubai especially is that there's extremely narrative-driven. They're multi-stage stories with different elements. And if before, like, all you had to do was take an outfit, for example, in Spianza, you're able to dress up as the therapist and just come to the room of, I forgot the name of the guy you had to eliminate, and you got able to go listen to a therapy session and just smother him with a pillow. Here, there's a lot more stages to the progression of this story, which I really appreciate and really enjoyed, because it makes you kind of experience things that you otherwise wouldn't in a Hitman level. Dubai is definitely one of the best levels in Hitman 3 without a doubt. And I want to do a full tier list of which levels I thought were the best versus the worst in Hitman 3, and maybe for the whole series if you guys are into it. I would love to hear from you guys in general. Is there something I missed that I should have talked about? What kinds of things would you want me to talk about other levels? And do you enjoy this kind of format for Hitman review in general? Because I think it's more of a fan's approach to see which levels we like more or less overall. So I would like to hear from you guys as well and engage a conversation, kind of get this going as a community. Let me know down below. And if you enjoy this kind of content, guys, make sure to subscribe, because I'm going to be making reviews on all of the levels, and I'm going to be doing more Hitman content overall. I'll have some shorts as well, kind of giving you a way how to complete all the stories in a very fast kind of tutorial manner.